on our agreement.
Your foot's starting to jump a little bit. You better get to your next question.
The reason I'm asking about the past is that you've talked in other interviews again about your relationship with your father and the role of all of that in the dark periods you entered and taking drugs and drinking and all of that. And I just wondered whether you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something.
I'm sorry, I really don't. What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Well, I just had the opportunity to have an excellent conversation with President-elect Trump. It was wide-ranging. We talked about some of the organizational issues in setting up a White House. We talked about foreign policy. We talked about domestic policy. And as I said last night, my #1 priority in the coming 2 months is to try to facilitate a transition that ensures our President-elect is successful. I have been very encouraged by the, I think, interest in President-elect Trump's wanting to work with my team around many of the issues that this great country faces.
Well, thank you very much, President Obama. This was a meeting that was going to last for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and we were just going to get to know each other. We had never met each other. I have great respect. The meeting lasted for almost an hour and a half, and it could have, as far as I'm concerned, it could have gone on for a lot longer. We really, we discussed a lot of different situations, some wonderful and some difficulties. I very much look forward to dealing with the President in the future, including counsel. He explained some of the difficulties, some of the high-flying.
Sharon Tate and the people that night?
I imagine so. If they said they did, they did.
Did you tell them to?
No. What defense did I put on? What witness did I call? Did I call one witness? I never got to call one witness.
Do you feel any responsibility for what happened that night?
None.
Do you do anything else? Do you read?
No.
Do you walk?
No. They took my music away. They're scared of it. They're afraid of it. I got all the money in the world. I'm the king, man. I run the underworld, guy. I decide who does what and where they do it at. When am I going to run around and act like I'm some teeny bopper somewhere for somebody else's money? I make the money, man. I roll the nickels. The game is mine.
Pero sobre todo como diríamos, con la vista en la pelota, ¿no? Enfocado en el rol y en la tarea que le toca al Parlamento.
Esa característica que ha demostrado de ser pragmático, ¿es natural o también la practicó siendo masón?
Bueno, yo creo que esto es una construcción de cosas, ¿no? Yo creo que yo me formé en La Guaira, soy de Corapal, de Macuto, tengo formación ignaciana de la Universidad Católica Andrés Bello, me gustaba la filosofía, entonces estuve buscando también lectura, soy ingeniero, hice cátedra de honor en la asamblea, en la Universidad Católica, tuve la oportunidad de estudiar, hacer mi pasante acá en Carolina del Norte. Yo creo que uno es la construcción de muchas cosas, ¿no? Entonces, yo soy un pragmático apasionado, ¿no? Por lo que hago, por el servicio, por la labor. O sea, también arrastro la frase, o la tengo desde la universidad, en todo mal y servir, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que...
Did you think of yourself as an assassin?
Assassin? Sounds so exotic. I was just a murderer.
What's the worst beating you ever took from your old man?
I don't think there's much difference in any of them. They were all pretty bad. He left his mark on me, pretty much.
How mad are you?
Not bad. Pretty. I feel a little flushed. So that means that I've reached a point in my life that I'm a little annoyed. I am what you call a person's nightmare. Because of the way I project myself, people think they can get by. And then all of a sudden, when they wake up, it's too late. They already hit the stop sign. And that's a dead stop.
Good with?
Good with? There aren't many people I was good with. It was only my family. I was good to my family. And even those people I hurt.
There was a stabbing between your parents, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
What room was that in?
I don't remember.
What happened?
I don't remember. I don't know. Stanley stabbed Anna. Why, I don't recall. I don't remember what it was all about, but I remember it did happen, yeah.
Stabbed her in the back.
Yeah. But it's not a joking matter. It's a very serious thing. Domestic violence is very serious. I believe that's probably why my daughter dislikes me a great deal. Probably because she lived through a lot. You know, she didn't live through it all.
Heard it, saw it.
Saw it. Everything.
It's frightening to
Psychologically, I just probably hurt them in some way. Because they have that in their mind. As I have things in my mind.